In this video, we're going to be talking about a WWE return. Apparently, some plans could be on the back burner for now, but we're going to talk about it because it gets really interesting. Also, we have to have a conversation surrounding one of the biggest things that I think it could be a game changer for TKO. I can't believe I'm actually saying that, but UFC could be signing a former WWE superstar, and another former WWE superstar is talking about a potential return. We're going to uncover it all in today's video. Now, the first topic that I want to actually break down today is Eva Marie. Now, this one is one that I think a lot of people are going to be overly critical about, but quite frankly, I think it kind of makes sense. I'm not going to lie. I think it makes sense. Now, with that being said, she hasn't confirmed any sort of return, so I'm not clickbaiting you guys, but she is talking about a potential return, and she's actually being pretty clear. She was on the Unwrapped podcast with Sonya Deville, and she really loves professional wrestling. I mean, if you guys listen to this thing, you guys will know exactly what I'm talking about. You can get the sense of like, she really is passionate about it. And she kind of relates it to like drugs and alcohol, where she is addicted to the high of being a professional wrestler in WWE. And she says that it's not off the table. She claims that a return to WWE is not off the table. Now, obviously, Eva Marie has been able to find a lot of success outside of professional wrestling. So you might be wondering, Ango, why would you even care about this to begin with? Well, it's not so much that I would care about it, but kind of looking at the optics of how AEW and WWE and all these companies, how they conduct business, you can kind of get an understanding as to whether or not a company could do something. And it actually would make a lot of sense for WWE to bring back Eva Marie, because she exactly fits, like literally to a T, what WWE and TKO are looking for. Now, Eva Marie is not the greatest in-ring worker of all time. And honestly, she could do a little bit better with that. I think even she would probably acknowledge that. But she is talented. And the thing is, WWE and TKO, they want fitness influencers. They want these people that have a big social media presence. But at the same time, too, they need good professional wrestlers. And I think there is an opportunity for WWE to bring back Eva Marie with TKO. I think not only can you get a lot of content out of her and podcasting and conventions and photo ops and things like that, but I do think if Eva Marie were to spend a little bit more time in NXT, you would also see her improve in ring. And if she were to improve in ring, I think there you go. You have the solution right then and there. It just makes sense. But you got to look at the optics, right? For TKO, it can make a lot of sense because Eva Marie has a big presence everywhere. But where does she fit with the current roster? And this is where WWE has to pick and choose. Do you want to put a focus on the Joshi wrestlers? Do you want to put a focus on the celebrities and the athletes and the college athletes, right? Like, that's where things get a little bit more interesting. But I honestly would say, don't ever be shocked if Eva Marie ever came back, especially because she's not closing the door on a return whatsoever. That brings us to our next topic, Gable Steveson. I'm eating my words, and I'm only talking about this for the simple fact that I said, if this guy is good, I will come back and tell you guys that he is good, because I went on video and I made it very clear I had no hopes for Gable Steveson getting into combat sports. So we've covered this before. He's been working for LFA. Now he's doing dirty boxing. Both of these things are getting the attention of UFC, and he's doing interviews. He's doing interviews with Ariel Helwani, making it very clear that there is interest in him going to UFC, and it sounds like there is some interest from UFC in Gable Steveson. Now, obviously, Gable Steveson is quite the controversial person, but TKO and UFC don't care about controversy. They got Conor McGregor, they got John Jones. They don't really look into this kind of thing. They don't really make these kinds of things a big deal to them. And I think it's very well possible that Gable Stevenson's going to go to the UFC. Now, this is an Olympian. This is a former WWE superstar. This is a legitimate wrestler who is actually talented at it. But I didn't expect him to have any sort of stand-up game. And when I talk about stand-up, for you wrestling fans who don't know what I'm talking about, this means, like, can he actually stand and bang? Can he box? Can he fight with his fists? We know he could grapple. We know he could wrestle. but we're actually starting to see in real time that this guy is good. He is actually talented. Like right now, the UFC heavyweight division is pretty bad. Gable Steveson could go in there and do really good. And then what actually makes things even crazier is that Gable Stevenson's WWE career didn't pan out the first time, but there's always a chance that he can go to UFC, be a massive, massive draw, a massive, massive name. And, you know, with John Jones eventually retiring and things of that nature, there is always that opportunity for Gable Steveson to be put in a position where he could find himself right back into WWE. That's where things get absolutely interesting. And that is something I can see 3, 4, 5 years down the line absolutely happening. And if WWE were to do that, it wouldn't shock me because Gable Steveson already has a little bit of experience working for them in this company. But Gable Steveson is actually impressive in MMA. I didn't expect it. I didn't believe in him. I'm eating my words. That's just the way the cookie crumbles. And that brings us to a WWE return. Let's talk about it. Bianca Belair. What is happening with her? Obviously, we know that she is injured, but according to Body Slam, WWE sources believe the EST of WWE, Bianca Belair, could be returning in the company at the early stages of 2026. Nothing is set in stone. There's even a possibility she could be returning sooner than that. And right now, we don't really have a lot of details on her injury. We know she's been injured. We know she broke her fingers. We know she's been out of action. And it all happened while in the middle of a storyline, an important storyline, right? Bianca Belair, in my opinion, is one of the GOATs in the women's division in WWE. Like literally hands down, this is the person like you could send her on all the press runs. You can have her at all the conventions. She's a fan favorite. Jade Cargill just won the WWE Women's Championship. I think that right there is evidence that WWE is ready for Bianca Belair to come back. And I think that is likely the move for 2026 at WrestleMania. Jade Cargill versus Bianca Belair. This would be a very big deal because there is a lot of interest in the storyline from the WWE universe, but you got to make sure that Jade Cargill is prepped in ring for a match with Bianca because Bianca is just levels above so many people on the roster in terms of in-ring work. You know, I'm not bashing Jade Cargill. I'm just being very honest. There's levels to this. Bianca is clearly one of those talents who just, it's going to be very difficult for Jade. If she's not prepared for this, it's going to be very difficult and could potentially expose her. So for me personally, I like the idea of Bianca Belair coming back. The WWE program misses her. The fans miss her. She needs to come back. She needs to be put into something important. I think that's why Jade Cargill won the belt. But Bianca Belair coming back is a great thing. Ultimately for WWE, this would be a great thing. And hopefully whatever the health issue is, you know, for the fact that this has been pushed back a little bit, hopefully everything is okay. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the Angle Show.